Hi friends, welcome to Lesley's Living Room. Today I have a story for you called Sonia and Barney and the Noise in the Night. And it's written by Rachel Pank. And it's a story that reminds me of when I was a little girl. I used to be afraid of things that were under my bed. I used to be afraid of the dark. And so when I was a little girl, if I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I'd run down the hallway as fast as I could, and I had my bed close enough to the door so that when I got to the door, I could fly through the air, my feet would never touch the ground, and I would land straight on my bed. Well, one night, my grandparents came to visit, and they slept in my mom and dad's room, and my mom and dad slept in my room, which meant I had to sleep in my brother's room, and my brother Daniel, my little brother, had to sleep on a cot on the floor. And so when I got up in the middle of the night, I had to climb over Daniel in order to go to the bathroom. So I was half asleep, and when I got out of the bathroom, I totally forgot where I was supposed to go. So as usual, I got into the hallway, and I ran as fast as I could down the hallway, and I took off flying as soon as I hit my doorway, and I heard woof. Normally, I just have a nice, soft, cushy landing. But I landed right on my dad's stomach, and he made that sound, woof, because all the air came out of his lungs. And my mom sat up and she goes, "Don't you know what you're doing? What's going on?" And I said, "I'm sorry, I thought I was supposed to be in my bed, I forgot." And she gave me a big hug, and she dried my tears, and she walked me back to my brother's room. She tucked me into bed. "It's okay, little one. Just remember where you're supposed to be. And go back to sleep and have a wonderful night's sleep." And she gave me a kiss on my cheek, and I went back to sleep and had a good night's sleep. So, now I want to read this story to you, and you can see if it reminds you of anything. Okay, don't forget, I'm going to read the story first, then I'll turn the pictures around for you to see, so be a little patient, please. All right, are you ready? Shh. Okay, turn on your listening ears. Turn up the volume. Here we go. Sonia sat up. "What's that?" A strange noise had awakened her, a noise that made her arms get goose pimples and her hair stand up, although she knew her hair usually stuck up a bit anyway. "Maybe it was Baby Sam," she said to herself, and she went to look. But Baby Sam was wiggling and talking softly. Well, sort of talking to his ducks. "Coo, Sam," she said as she tucked him up again. "Maybe it was Barney," she said to herself, and she went to look. There was Barney. His hair wasn't sticking out, but his ears were. Barney had heard it too. They both went to look out of Sonia's window into the garden. To the dark garden. At first, Sonia could only see black, but then she saw bushes and then plants, and then finally she saw it. It was lit by the moon, and it had a pointy nose like a dog, but it wasn't a dog, and it was making a noise again. Sonia and Barney looked at each other, and they jumped into bed. Sonia and Barney and Teddy Bear were laying close together. Barney was not ordinarily allowed in bed, but Sonia decided this was no ordinary night. After a while, they all fell asleep, and although every now and then a strange noise came into their dreams, Sonia woke up early and couldn't wait for wake-up time. We are all curled in bed together. At breakfast, Sonia tried to tell Mom and Dad and Baby Sam what she had seen, but they were more interested in playing with the free gift from the cereal box. So Sonia decided to announce the important news standing on her chair. Barney stood up too, but Mom just said, "Brush your hair, Sonia. It's standing up straight." Sonia was very disappointed. She forgot to brush her hair and sat on the back step. Barney sat very close in a comforting sort of way. Sonia thought, and suddenly she knew what it was. She knelt down in front of Barney and spoke very slowly, like her teachers did when someone had been sick or a pair of scissors was missing. "Look, Barnes, dear friend," Sonia began. Barney blinked encouragingly. "Look, Barnes, I know what it is." Her voice shook a bit. "It's a wolf." Barney got scared and his tail bristled. "Oh, Barney," Sonia said, sounding a bit like Mom. "You look silly doing that when you don't have much fur." Barney slunk off into the bushes. Sonia sighed. She'd have to get some of his crunchy, wunchy cat biscuits now, or he'd sulk all day. To cheer herself up, she took a couple of people biscuits for herself. They sat in the garden, munching and watching the ladybugs, bees and butterflies and ants go about their busy business. This was one of their favorite sort of days. Not very busy sort of day, but Sonia started to get restless. She wanted nighttime to come, to see if the wolf would return. That night, Sonia pretended to be asleep, but really, she was wide awake and playing hide and seek with Barney. Barney kept hiding, and then she could find him with her flashlight, and suddenly, the noise. Here's Barney hiding. Look at all the places he's hiding. Under the bed. Oop, lost the page. Under the bed. Oop, lost the page again. In the closet, in the laundry basket, in the coat. The strange and spooky howling, lonely sound. Barney's tail started to bristle again, but Sonia was impatient. "Come on, Barney," she encouraged him. She was struggling into her bathrobe and tiptoed downstairs as quickly as she could. Standing in the garden in her bathrobe on backwards, and Barney all fluffed up and pretending to be brave, but standing behind her, she noticed, Sonia saw the wolf. He held his sharp, pointy nose up into the moon and made that spooky noise again. Barney whimpered and tried to hide his ears, but Sonia was in a fearless mood. However, her knees did wobble a bit, and her neck got ticklish as the wolf turned to face her. Sonia's mouth felt dry, like it did when she ate too many chips, and she could hear her heart beating loudly in her ears. She looked around for Barney. He was up the tree. Suddenly, Sonia giggled. She crouched in front of the wolf. "Look, the thing is," she said slowly, like teachers did when the thing is you're not really a wolf. "You see," she went on patiently, "you've got the wrong tail." And he did. It was very long and very bushy, and the wolf looked at it mournfully. Barney came down and looked at such a thick tail. Sonia continued excitedly, I think what you are is a fox." The wolf pricked up his ears, long reddish ears, and said, "Yes," Sonia said, "a fox." And she spelt it out slowly like teachers do. F-O-X. The wolf, who was really a fox, turned around and around as though he'd never seen himself before. He looked at his tail and his paws, and he sat down and put his pointy nose up to the moon. Sonia quickly put her hands over his mouth, which was a little tricky, with a wolf who was really not a wolf but a fox. "Oh, no you don't," said firmly. "That's what wolves do. And you're a fox." The fox gulped, and Barney took his paws out of his ears. Barney was the first to hear the bushes rustling. They all turned around to see another fox, who knew it was really a fox, standing there. The wolf, who was really a fox, went up to his new reddish friend. They sniffed each other, like animals do, and then they were off, scampering along the wall. "Goodbye, dear friends," called Sonia, and the foxes waved their big bushy tails. Barney walked in and out of Sonia's legs quickly, flicking his tail. He didn't want her to forget that he was her dear friend. Firstly and most importantly. "I know," Sonia said, picking him up. "I know." Suddenly, her feet felt cold, and so did her back, because her bathrobe was on backwards. She and Barney went inside, and they both had some biscuits to warm up their feet. And she got into bed with a teddy bear and Barney snuggled on top. Not normally allowed, but of course this was not an ordinary night, Sonia thought. They dreamt about the two foxes playing in the moonlight. Here, I have a quick question. Do biscuits really warm up your toes? I think she was just using that as an excuse to eat cookies in the middle of the night. At breakfast, Barney washed his face and yawned a lot. Baby Sam was pointing at the cereal bowl and spitting out his bits of food. "You know, you shouldn't talk with your mouth full, Sam," Sonia said absent-mindedly, with a mouthful of toast. She started to pour herself some cereal when, plink, the free gift tumbled into her bowl. I wonder what the free gift is. Can you see? Let's see. What's the free gift she got out of the cereal box? Yep. It's a tiny plastic fox. In case I got too close, here it is back here. I believe that's the end. Sonia and Barney never saw the wolf, who was really a fox, again. But sometimes on a bright moonlit night he crept softly into the garden to make a faint friendly howl, which Sonia and Barney heard in their dreams. That was such a cute story. Those of you who know me know that I like to put my camera out in the backyard and see what kind of animals I have out back. And I have foxes out back, and I have raccoons out back, I have deers, and I have a neighborhood cat. I saw a possum out there once, and I saw a coyote. Who knows what I'll see next? But it's fun to know what's in your backyard while you're sleeping. All right, have a wonderful day. Don't forget, wash your hands front, back, in between. It says front, back, in between. And then do your thumbs. Do under your jewelry. Don't forget your fingernails. Do that for 20 seconds. Count to 20, real slow. Or sing happy birthday 2 times all the way through. Or have your family find for you on the internet songs to wash your hands by for 20 seconds. There's lots of them out there. And if you have to cough or sneeze into your elbow And if you have a short sleeve shirt on, I have a long sleeve shirt on, but if you have a short sleeve shirt on, be sure to wash that area with soap and water so you don't spread any germs. And if you need to blow your nose, you have that runny feeling, or you feel like you need to pick your nose, don't do that with your fingers. Or don't do that with your tongue like I see some of you doing like that. Use a tissue, wipe your nose, blow your nose or pick your nose. Then put the tissue in the trash can and wash your hands front, back, in between. Don't forget the thumbs. Don't forget the fingernails. Don't forget under the jewelry. Do that for 20 seconds. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon. Hope you're all well. Bye.